Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. We just wanted to give you just a few quick, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and just an express kind of Pilates workout today. And so we're going to start in a seated position. And again, everybody's on a different journey. And so Pilates is all about the progression. So not perfecting every move or being able to do it just right, but just listening to your body, creating a good form, and then definitely working that core. So we're just going to start out with rolling those shoulders forward and back. And as you do that, I want you to breathe in through that nose and out through the mouth. And a lot of the technique, we're going to talk about just that breathing as you inhale, and then as you exhale, taking that right arm, bringing it up and over with the inhale, and then slowly exhaling. Good. And then other side, take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. And then we're going to just tuck in, kind of roll through the spine, and then we're going to come up and come back to that neutral spine. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. And then taking that right arm again, reaching and following with your eyes up and over, stretching the spine just a little bit, and then back in and down. Let's try that other side. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Good. And then again, rolling through those shoulders, and then right back to that neutral spine, nice and tall. Just bring that ear down to your shoulder. Good. And then back up and to the other side. And then back up to center, and then just tuck the chin to chest, looking towards the floor. And then back up. And now just look over that right shoulder. We're just trying to relieve some tension in that neck. And then back to center and to the other side. And then right back to that side. Good. Again, let's take a deep breath in. Bring those arms straight up and over. Exhaling wide. Good. One more deep breath in through that nose. Slowly exhaling. All right. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warmed up. I'm going to turn. You can stay right where you are, but we are going to go right into what we call that 100. And so I'm going to show you from the side. You're just going to have those feet down, and then you're just going to, you can use that leg to kind of roll down to your back. And then as you roll, keeping that knee right over hip, I want you to bring up both feet. Now, a couple options. Again, remember I said progress. So arms can be past the hip line there, pushing through that lower back against the back of the mat, or against the mat. I want you to raise your shoulders up, and then I just want you to pulse down. And making sure that alignment, again, knees over hips, and you're just pulsing. And maybe you want to start there, and then you just reset and bring the feet down and bring the upper body down again. Now we're going to try it again. Bring the legs up, find that 90 degrees, lift the shoulders, reach, and then maybe pulse for 3 down, maybe adding a turn and pulse for 3 up, and then we're turning again for 3, 2, and then maybe taking just another break as you bring those feet down. Now, a little more for those that have been experienced a little more in Pilates. You can start to maybe extend one leg and then add your pulse, lifting your shoulder blades off the mat as much as you can, drawing the belly button, kind of pushing it towards the spine. And then for those that want a little bit more, extending both legs and pushing down. Maybe pushing up a little bit, keeping that lower back on the mat, and then push down again. And then bringing those knees in if you're there, and then slowly back down to reset. Again, listen to your body, progressing through these workouts as you lift. Bring those knees up, reach past those hips, and pulse. If you choose, extend a leg, extend both legs, draw that belly button in. Good, and just continue to breathe in through the nose Exhale through the mouth. And then bring it back in and reset. Good. Take that deep breath in. We're going to do it one more time. As you take that breath in, bring those knees in. Reach those hands past, lifting the shoulder blades up, pushing the lower back and spine into the mat. And then just pulse. Seeing if we can hold that maybe a little longer. Continuing, try not to hold your breath. If you need to, you can always put one arm behind to support the neck as you pulse. If you want more, bringing those legs out. Good. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing them back in and relax. Good. Just a little break there, taking that breath in. Let it out. Release the tension, any tension maybe in the neck or in the shoulders. And we're going to move on. So that is our 100. We're going to move on to what's called an assisted roll-up. And all you're going to do is grab the back of your legs with those hands, one or both. You can glue those knees and ankles together. And we're simply just going to roll up. And then I want you to draw in the belly button and make sure that you're not coming down on a flat spine, but on a rolled spine coming up. And then we're going to add that extension of the legs, and you're going to roll right out. And then you come back in, bend the knees, grab the back of the legs, and roll down. Rolling back up. Good. Extending the legs. And then just, again, Pilates is all, a lot of people say it's all about the core, and it is, but a lot of it is that flexibility as well as posture and that alignment. So keeping that spine nice in alignment, just reach for the toes and slowly back. Good. Bending those knees. So this is that assisted one. If you are feeling really good, you can go into an unassisted or just a plain roll up with that reach and extension and rolling back. And I'll show that as you bend those knees, you're simply going to roll down. Good. Keeping the hands at your side, rolling up, drawing in the belly button, extending the feet and reaching. And if this is not where you're at, you can be sure go right back to that assisted roll up. Bringing it up. Good. And extending. Bending the knees and rolling back down. Just do a few more of these. Take a deep breath in and then exhale as you come up. Find your reach. Rolling through that spine. You can hold it there, then coming right back up, bending those knees and rolling down. Good. Again, breathing through. You always want to breathe out or exhale on the work. And as you do that, that will help kind of get that get up going. So rolling down. Good. Let's do one more. Up. Extending and reaching. And from this, we're going to do, just go ahead and take a slow roll down. You're going to place those hands past your hip line, really drawing in, pushing the shoulder blades against the mat. I want you to bring one leg up, then the other, kind of bring them. You can begin that 90 degrees or you can extend them. And we're going to do what's called a roll over. So you're just going to roll over and you decide kind of where you want to stop. We can start at that beginner level where you're just lifting from the lower abdominals, the hips, lifting up those hips, rolling, bringing those knees towards your forehead and back down. Again, exhaling on the work. Inhale as you come down. Hopefully you are starting to get warm, feeling that core begin to activate as you lift up, using every one of those lower abdominals to lift those hips gently up and then rolling over. The important part here is to keep your neck nice and straight. And then breathe. Try not to hold that breath. I know sometimes we want to hold that breath and make that lift. You've got this. Again, think of it, taking one move at a time, making it your own. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Let's do a few more. Just rolling up. Take the time that you need. We are in no rush. Good. One more. All right. Moving on. Reset. I want you to lower one leg all the way to the floor. The other one comes straight up. And you can kind of see, but you're going to do a little point the toe and just a little leg circle. Just taking little moves, make them a little more dynamic in a second. But right now, you're just circling. You're pushing that lower back into the mat gently, drawing that belly button in, core strong to position that leg. Now maybe a little bigger circle if you choose. Good. Just little leg circles, and then maybe two little ones, and then maybe one big one. Try not to rock through the hips. Again, pushing gently that lower back against that mat. Good. Two little ones, one big one. All right, let's switch directions. Same leg. Again. You may be feeling a little shaky, and maybe you need to bend that knee a little bit, and that's okay. Good. Again, keep that breath in and out. Good. Let's do a few more. And you can decide how big of a circle, like I said, if you want to just keep the small circles going, or if you want to do those long, round circles. Good. All right, bring that leg down. Let's switch legs. Other leg up, position again, draw in, and point the toe, and start to circle small little circles. So we're focusing on those abs, a little bit more of the lower abs and the upper abs. And then start to add some range. Good. And then maybe some small circles. And maybe one big circle. And if you're really advanced and you've done these, continue. You can have that bigger range. Good. Let's switch directions. And then we're going to position and kind of progress this move up just a little bit by doing a double leg circle. And we'll have a little fun. Well, I hope that your holidays have been peaceful. You've been able to relax and be with family. Good. One more big one. All right. Bring those legs down just to recover for just a second. Stretching out, you're probably feeling the hip flexors a little bit. We'll stretch those out as well. Bring both legs up. Really try again to pull that belly button in toward your spine. And then point the toe, and then start those little circles. Just a little double leg circle now. And then switching directions. You guys look great. And then you can add that big circle, maybe a little circle, maybe you add that little hip up, and then circle a couple times, add that little lift up or reverse curl, a little bit of that rollover, not much, just a little lift, and then switch directions. And then taking that breath in and out. Do you want bigger circle? Good. And then maybe two of those little circles. And one more. Good. All right, we're going to move on. So I want you to hold on to your shins. Take a deep breath in. As you begin to exhale, I want you to roll up. And it's called a rolling move. And that's exactly what you're going to do. So we're going to start from the top. You're going to straighten that back a little bit. You're going to lift up the feet off the mat. You can point the toes if you want, and then just bring those knees to your chest as you hold on to your shins, squeezing those knees and ankles together. I just want you to roll back and roll up and see if you can stick that landing and straighten the spine as you come up. And then bend through the spine, tuck, and roll. So the more you progress this, you can definitely come up and just tap the toes down and straighten that spine, and then roll again. Back in and up. And then see if you can tuck, if you want a little more, tuck those knees to the chest and keep them there as you roll down and as you roll up. And then balance on those sit bones. Good. Couple more. And you can't help but smile because it's kind of fun, right? Bringing it up, moving and positioning. Good. Drawing those abs in. And then remember that breath. You inhale as you go down. Exhale on the work. Stick that landing. Good. One more. Good. And then coming down, releasing those legs. Now, leg lowers. So, you can start out here. You can go down a little bit. Or if you need to or want to, go down maybe a little lower. And maybe again, this is a progression. Maybe you start out a little high, and then you go a little lower each time. The key is to bring, again, that belly button. I can't stress that too much because that is where that power comes from. I want you to pull in that core. And then as you come down, make sure the minute your lower back starts to come off the mat, that's where you stop. And then just lift back up. Good. And if you want, coming all the way down, up, pushing through those palms. Good. And back up. And if this is just not your cup of tea, you can actually do one leg at a time. Good. And exhale on that work. All right. One more. Good job, guys. All right, moving on. We're going to change positions a little bit. So as you're coming up, because we don't have very much time left, we're going to go onto our belly. And so this is something, again, always, always, always modify when you need to. You're going to come onto your belly, extending those legs behind. You can come down on your knees and then coming down. So where I want your position, we're going to do what's called the swan. So your fingers and your palms are right into your ribs. And you're tucking in your abdominals as well as your elbows. And as you push up, you go to where you feel the lower back. And then you can release it. So exhale on the work. So you're exhaling on the way up. And you're inhaling on the way down. Keeping those hands right by your ribs, pushing up if you choose, coming up, and then right back down. Good. Working that lower back up, exhale. And if the speed is too fast, just slow it down. Slow, slow, slow. Hold, and then release. Good. Inhale on the way down. Exhale. Sing choirs of angels. Good, and then back down again. Good, straightening those legs, pushing those toes, reaching those toes, and down. Good, one more. There are lots of Pilates moves, so as we progress through these classes, we're going to take them up into more advanced. Go ahead and come. Actually, we're going to do our plank now that we're here. You can start out in a plank. The key to this is shoulders over elbows, or you can come up to a full plank if that is something you would want to do, and that's fine as well, or forearms. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can see that my knees are down. You can bring those knees up. You can bring one knee down. You can bring both knees down. And then we can progress this. There's all kinds of different planks. The key, though, is make sure your shoulders are over elbows, and if you're on your hands, they're over your wrist. And then if you're in that full plank, your elbows are slightly bent. And then you can just shift forward. So if you're on the knees or on the toes, just shift forward a little bit and hold that plank. If you can see yourself in a mirror, have availability to a mirror, try to not keep your hips too high. You want it like a board. From the top of your head, you're pulling a string out of the top of your head, all the way down to those ankles. And then begin to breathe in through that nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good. And then if you want a little more, you can start to lift the leg and lower. Lift the other leg and lower. We just have about 20 more seconds. Again, you can always, always, always bring those knees down or up and then lift. Or do a little combination. Drawing in again. Planks are a lot for core back. You're still working that front as well. You're looking good. Hands can be together. Hands can be separated. 4 more. All right. Go ahead and bring those knees down, or if they're down, just go ahead and shift back. Bring those hips back to heels. Big reach. And we're going to finish our time with kind of a core blast. So a lot of people associate core with bicycles and crunches, and so we're going to give you just a little burn just to finish off our time and our holiday workout. So as you roll down, you can use those legs to roll down. Your hands are going to be behind your head. And remember that placement of the knees right over. And we're going to do bicycles. So you can extend one leg and then reset, extend the other leg, reset. Now you can go as slow as you want, or you can start to add maybe a reach to that inside ankle, side to side, lifting one shoulder blade off the mat at a time, and then making sure that your knees stay right over your hips, and then a reach. Good. Now we can add a little more speed, or we can do a single, hold. Good. Single, hold. Single, hold. Perfect. Single, hold. Hold it, stick that landing, good. Single. Now if this is not hard enough, you can do scissors. Hold, good. Single, hold. If this is too hard, tap the toes. Good, still keeping the knees. Oh, single, hold. One more, single, hold. Good. Now, just a single leg stretch. We're just going to stretch to finish our time, lifting the shoulder blades off the mat, reach for the shin, and tuck. Good, and switch. Try to pull those shoulder blades up and off. This should feel good on those hip flexors. Pointing that toe, hovering, and then switch. Good. Switch. Now, if you want, you can bring both legs in. Big tuck, I call it the cannonball. It's not a Pilates term, but cannonball to a banana. Good. This is your challenge for the week of holidays. Do some core. Out and then back in. Good. And then we're just going to simply put the feet down, bridge up, and finish with our stretch. Squeezing the lower back, pushing through the hips up to the ceiling, taking that breath in, and slowly letting it out. Good. And then just lower the hips, and one more time, all the way up, making a slide from the knee to the hips to the shoulders as you squeeze the lower back, lifting. Palms are down, breathing in through that nose, exhaling through the mouth. that. And you can lay right where you are. I'm just going to rock and roll up to the seated position. I just want to thank each and every one for checking in, for getting your workout in today. And again, remember, it's all a journey. We're all at a different part in our journey. And I hope you have a happy, happy holiday. Thanks so much. Have a great day.